Yo, what up, friends?
Barboza, man, on a roll, just took out Catterall, 31-0. He had to leave Top Rank, and they're making more fights for him over there at Golden Boy. That's going to be my underdog for the fight. I think I like Teo a lot, but this is the same Teo that lost to Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? And I think Barboza. I mean, I'm not saying I know everybody can have an off night, but with the wearing the mask and all the clown antics, he's really confident. Let's see, man. Barbosa's a very smart, fundamental fighter. He don't make a lot of mistakes. He's not flashy like Teo. A lot of people are going to say Teo's going to be on top of the list because he's flashy, but we'll see, man, with fundamentals and smart skills get the job done tomorrow. I thought, everybody thought he was going to lose against Catterall. He got through Catterall. He fought a real smart fight. So if he can do the same thing against Teo, there's a possibility of him winning a split decision, something, man. I think it's going to be a close fight.
Problem with like in sport, like in other sports, playing down near.
Okay, but while we're here, we might as well not.
He was like ass his last fight.
Yeah,
he let the journeyman bust him up, and that dude had like 7 losses. That's my issue with Teo. Like he'll look good against Taylor, and then average again. He doesn't show up for certain fighters.
He drank that Kool-Aid over there at ESPN. It was just it had all the sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heisman fights, Heisman night fights,
and fighting in front of like 2,000 his last fight in Miami. So
got booed at home in New York.
Yeah, so Teo just he claims Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, now that we already kicked it off, that might as well stick on that fight. I was going to go to that last since it was the title fight, but since Skywalker already gave his assessment, we might as well.
Stay right. I didn't hear Barboza enough, man. But I was like, he's on a roll. I think as far as momentum wise, Barboza, Teo, he's skilled. He's gonna be flashy. Ryan Garcia, he's got a fucking nice left hook. He's quick. Devin Haney's got a nice jab. I give him all credit, you know what I'm saying? But that's basically. I just wanted to give Barboza his credit, man, too.
No, that's great. That's all good. It's a great segue, so it doesn't really matter. We can start right there. So I'm gonna get your pick in just a second. Let me introduce the fight real quick. Barboza, y'all, who he was talking about, is 32-0. Teofimo Lopez 21-1. Teofimo is 27 in age. Barboza is a little older at 33. Barboza does own a 1-inch reach advantage, and catch this, a 3.5-inch, a 1 inch height advantage, and a 3.5-inch reach advantage on Teofimo Lopez. So as you mentioned, right, you think he's a great fighter. Again, 32-0, a little bit older at 33. What's your decision on that fight before we go around the horn, Skywalker?
I got it as a tough contest, but I'm gonna go Barboza split decision. That's gonna be my only underdog on the card that I'm picking now. So I believe Barboza can do it, man. He went across the pond to Manchester, and this is he's from the West Coast. He's going to the East Coast. I think he can get it done. Plus, he reps the channel too. So here we go.
31-0. I want to give a big shout out to Skywalker Boxing, man. Keep doing your thing.
See, 31-0. Skywalker.
Hell yeah.
He invited our whole team to Manchester. Shout out to my brother David and Badou embroidery. If you guys need embroidery done, he does all the Barboza stuff. But they invited the whole team out to Manchester, and I couldn't make it, of course. But some of my teammates went out there to Manchester, so it was pretty cool.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, damn Skywalker. We were some of the only people that picked Barboza to win.
Yeah.
And I was riding with them. They went over there to the belly of the beast, had stuff thrown at them. Like
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Yayo. Give us your pick on this fight.
I'm riding with Barboza, man. I mean, like I said, Teo needs to get that Kambosos work back. Kambosos set him on his thing in the first round when he went over there. Remember that? What you think Barboza gonna do, man? Man, I promise you, don't be surprised if Teo have a couple seats in this fight. do not be surprised. Barboza, it means business. This is finally he's getting the opportunity that he's been asking for, and this is his time to shine. And he's a phenomenal fighter, fighting on the card with some jesters in it. I'm telling you, this stuff, it feels like they're vying for the prince's crown to sit next to Jake Paul. That's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? With all the pageantry and all this and that. You know what I mean?
That's
so,
component.
Yeah. So I'm pulling for Barboza, man. I think he might sit him down a couple times. It's gonna be wide. Something like maybe 10-2.
And so you think, okay, unanimous decision. Okay.
Wide.
And he sit him down a couple times. Yeah, I was gonna say in 32 fights, he only has 11 wins by KO. So 34% KO percentage is not a lot. So you expect him to get a decision in the fight if he is going to get a victory. On the other hand, Teofimo Lopez, 21 fights, 13 KOs. That's a 62% KO percentage. Josh.
Yeah, so I had said I'll hold my pick earlier because I thought I was going to be in the minority, but I am going to be going with Arnold Barboza in this contest. I followed him for a good long period. I actually picked him over Catterall as well. And one of the things that always stood out for me in following Barboza is his consistency. There might have been like one or a couple of fights where you could say that it was a little bit of a slower performance. But that being said, he's usually just always been super consistent for me. And that's one thing that always made me lean towards him coming into these types of contests because I know what I'm going to get from him. Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of knockouts and all that stuff, but he has the boxing ability. And another thing is I just feel that Barboza at this particular stage, this is his time. He's gotten that shine, and I know he's not ready to relinquish that because this is really his moment to come on. We've seen some inconsistencies with Teofimo Lopez. Of course, I would say that Teofimo Lopez is probably the better athlete. That being said, from a boxing perspective, I just think Barboza is better all around. And the thing about him is not just one thing. I just think he's very good at so many different things in there. While he doesn't have big power enough to do, and while he might not be the fastest, he has enough speed. He's good at range, he has a pretty solid and high IQ as well. So I think that will factor in. I think some of the posturing and things we've seen from Teofimo Lopez is probably more so him just trying to hype himself up more so than anything due to some of the lackluster performances we've seen from him. So I'm going with Barboza. Not that Teofimo can't pull it off, but I just feel like Barboza at this particular stage is who I would, be willing to lean towards and put money on if I were put in that situation.
And what is your pick? Is that a
yeah, I'd go with I think it'll be a decision. So yeah, likely a split decision, majority decision, somewhere in there.
Split decision. Which one? Split or majority? Which one do you want?
Maybe a majority decision, just to switch it up.
Putting you on the hook. All right. Cool. Cover D, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, everyone kind of said what I was thinking, and we might have a clean sweep on this one because I put in the picks earlier. I think this will be a split decision on Barboza. He's already went to the Lions Den, went overseas, and won, which is very hard to do. He's on a roll right now. It's his time. Teo already ducked him when they were in Top Rank. They said he was hiding him from Barboza, and then now they're fighting now, and he owes him for that slap from like 2 months ago when Teo slapped the taste out of his mouth. So Barboza will get his get back, I think, and it's going to be a split decision because I don't think they're just going to give it to him clean. It's going to be some little, some fuddy-duddy business, but I got Barboza winning this split decision.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, not only was that a clean sweep with Clubber D, but you got even the sports professor over here going with the, upset, quote unquote, although we have everybody just told you why it's not an upset. So, I mean, that 3.5-inch reach advantage is something, the experience in fights is another thing that you have to look at here. So, yes, I agree with the boys across the board. Barboza for the win.
Subscribe on YouTube at Ball and Bud.